The ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas is at risk hours before it was expected to take place. The agreement is due to commence at 8:30 a.m. local time, which is 5:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time today. 3 female hostages will be released on the first day of the ceasefire. However, Israel warns it will not move forward with a deal until it receives a list of the names of the 3 who will be released. A short time ago, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu suggested the campaign is not over and the war has changed the face of the Middle East. He claims Israel has gained the support of the US government to resume fighting if Phase 2 talks prove pointless.
In the war of resurrection, we are making it clear to our enemies and to the whole world that when the people of Israel stand together, there's nothing that can break us. I'm proud to be the Prime Minister of our wonderful nation, and I'm proud to lead our country. At such times, the Cabinet and the government have approved the outline for bringing back our hostages. It is one of the goals of the war, and we will remain relentless until it is completed.
He suggested the number of hostages that will be returned to Israel during Phase 1 will be doubled. Alex Rossi has the details.
It has been 15 very long and brutal months. People have come here pretty much every week to campaign to try and force the hand of the government to prioritise the hostages rather than prosecuting the war in Gaza. Most people here say that they believe bringing the hostages back should have taken priority rather than trying to kind of fight the war in Gaza. The big fear here, and I think it was pretty much spelt out, I don't think you're going to find much comfort in Prime Minister Netanyahu's speech. The big fear here that people have been telling me is that this deal will break down on Phase 2. So, of course, the 33 hostages that have been listed as being released in that first phase, most people are quite optimistic that that will happen. Of course, the negotiations for the second phase start on day 16. It is ridiculously complicated, this deal, though, but the fear here is that that second phase will break down and the rest of the hostages, the remaining hostages of the 98, will not be returned either dead or alive to their families and loved ones here in Israel. But people say they will carry on campaigning. Many people here, interestingly, do not think it is particularly a good deal for Israel. They are pleased, of course. It's the only deal that they could get as far as they're concerned, and they must bring the hostages back. But in terms of the actual deal and where it leaves Hamas, there's a fear here that, although much degraded, the reality of the Gaza Strip is going to be very much like October the 6th, the day before October the 7th, when Hamas, of course, were in control and ran the enclave. That is the big fear. The other fear, as I was saying, is that the deal itself will collapse in Phase 2 and not all of the hostages will be returned home.